Request Mr. Talha for Quran citing, so we can start our proceedings.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم. Inshallah, I'm going to recite the translation of the first part that I read. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are to Allah, the Lord of the mankind and all that exists, the most gracious, the most merciful, the only owner and the only ruling judge of the day of resurrection. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the way of those whom you have bestowed your grace and not those who have earned your anger. Thank you.
Today we gather here in arranging extend our congratulations to winning candidate of NDP Sheri Benson and to recognize the much appreciated great efforts and hard work of Scott Bell towards bringing a positive and most desired change of the country. And now I would like to say a warm and formal welcome to the worthy guest and participate to behalf of our community from the Pakistan and from the platform of Pakistan Canada Association. I invite President of PCA, Mr. Zafar Baraj, to please give him some words.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. The PCA would like to welcome Sheri Benson, Scott Bell, and all our guests. First and foremost, a big congratulations for Sheri Benson for winning at Saskatoon West. If you take a quick look around you, I am sure you will see the amount of sports that always stood by your side. I want to begin by recalling that we gathered here in this same venue a few weeks ago to make a decision about who to support for the oncoming federal election. And as you are all well aware, we decided to follow NDP. My friend, as proud and active Canadian citizen, related that it is our national and moral duty to guide this country in the right direction. The fate and the future of our coming generation is linked with the bright and successful future of Canada. This mission seemed only possible with a competent and seasoned leader. Qualities we observed in Sheri Benson. Sheri always envisioned the dream of one day being a member of parliament. And today, ladies and gentlemen, she is proudly able to announce that she has achieved that mission. Furthermore, I like to extend our thanks to all the role players, Mr. Scott Bell, and as well as all our guests here that have made it possible for her dream to become a reality. Also remind Mrs. Benson that she hopefully keep us in her mind in her future decision making as a member of parliament. You are encouraged to stay here this evening and celebrate. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening programs, and thanks you for sharing this special event with us. Thank you very much.
Now I will request Mr. Bell, please share us your experience and for recent elections and share your future thoughts as well.
Well, I'd like just to say, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me here this evening. That was very, very gracious and kind of you. And I'm very happy to see Sheri once again and have Sheri sitting at my side. It's kind of like I'm back in the political campaign. It was one of the best parts of the election. It was a fantastic experience to be a candidate in this federal election, and I don't regret a single moment of it. It was a growing experience, a chance to learn a lot more about my community and a lot more about the different communities that make up Saskatoon. And I'm a better person for it, and I'm a better person for having met all the people who make up the Pakistani and Southeast Asian community of Saskatoon. It was disappointing. The election night was definitely a disappointment. I really thought that right up until the votes started to come in that we had a good chance of winning Saskatoon Grasswood. However, I think we made big strides. We put a great team in place. We had great people in the different communities of Saskatoon. There was great support from the Pakistani community, from the Bangladeshi community, and the Southeast Asian community. I will never, ever forget the support that I received from this community of people, and I'll always be grateful to you. And I really have to say thank you to each and every person that is here tonight. Thank you very, very much. And I won't go on a lot longer. I'm back to work. I've been back to work for a week. It's great. It's really... It's good, I think, for the soul to return to a daily routine, to return to work, to the job that you come from. It helps refocus you. And so that's a very healthy thing for me. I love the work that I love my work at the Department of Justice as a lawyer. I'm glad I'm back. But I will say that I will never forget this experience. It is something I will treasure. Congratulations to Sheri Benson. I'm so happy that she's our MP for Saskatoon, and I have every single confidence that she will represent everybody in this city very, very well and be a good representative for all our communities that make up this great city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Scott, for your kind words. And now I would like to invite Sheri. Please join us and give your kind words. And especially thanks, Scott, for acknowledging our community and our efforts. It's really appreciated as well.
Absolutely wonderful to be able to come back so quickly to the community. It might have felt like a while since October 19th that the time has really flown by, and I'm so appreciative to be able to be with you here this evening and be part of one of the first groups I've been able to kind of reconnect with and celebrate with you all your hard work with me, with one another, with the campaign team and all the other volunteers. You really do need to give yourselves a pat on the back and a round of applause for all your hard work. Thank you very much. And you can see why Scott was such a wonderful candidate. He's so eloquent, and some level, I would just like to say ditto to lots of the things he said. Certainly, I echo his comments with the Pakistani, the Bangladesh community, the South Asian community. You came forward, you stood up, you led the way with your family, with your neighbors. You were there to help out. You are a big part of this community. You are a big part of this win. And you will be a big part of what we talk about and what we bring forward in Parliament. As I was having a chance to say hello again to people one-on-one, I talked about what's coming up next. The first thing is to have an office so that we can have a chance to have good dialogues about things as they come up and do some planning in our community over the year about what things we want to be able to talk about with this new government. But in the coming weeks, we will soon find out from our new government what their priorities are going to be. In the throne speech that will happen in a couple of weeks, they will tell us what they plan to work on first. And that will be our cue as a community, as an NDP opposition, to start to say what things are we going to support and what things do we need them to work a bit harder on. We will be the progressive opposition to make sure that they follow through on the commitments that we felt are very important in our community. And to help them make some things that they might think are good a little bit better. That will be my role on your behalf. And over the next couple of days, we will find out from our leader, Tom Mulcair, what role some of us will play, what leads we will take on certain issues. And so I encourage you to follow the news and see what things unfold in that way. I am very humbled and very honored. When you walk on the steps of Parliament Hill and you walk through those buildings, it is just very humbling. And although the buildings are grand and all that, you stay with me, connected as to how I got there. And the big buildings do remind you the big things you need to be doing for your community. So that is my pledge to you, that we will work together. As I've often said on the campaign trail, October 19th is only the beginning. It was the end of the campaign, thank goodness. It was a long one, but it's just the beginning of what we need to do together. And of course, many of us are also, and many of you are thinking ahead to another election this April, where we have an opportunity to elect another great progressive NDP candidates here in Saskatoon, and to get a progressive NDP government in Regina, because that will be so important. Some of the things that we want to do on the national level need a partner provincially, and that partner in Saskatchewan is Cam Broughton and the NDP team. So I'll be there. I know many of you will be there too, helping them get elected this April, and then who knows how much we'll be able to do together. So thank you for this celebration. It's very wonderful. Thank you for your support, and I'm really looking forward to what we can do together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheri, for your kind words and congratulations from our community. Now I would like to invite our Vice President, Mr. Shafkat Chima, so he can say some words on behalf of us. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. On the behalf of Pakistan Canadian Association, I would like to say thanks to Sheri Benson and Mr. Scott Bell being over here with us tonight this evening. I look forward to seeing Sheri Benson take our voices to the Parliament Hill and resolving the current issues, for example, Bill C-24 and C-51. I am also thankful to all my Pakistani, Bangladeshi community who are over here. They worked, they came out, they voted for NDP, they support the NDP. And I also say thank you very much to young generation. First time this year they came out and they vote and they support and they work for NDP. I am thankful to Pakistani community for staying united as one and hope to see this unity in the future. We are going to work for this unity on the platform of PCA, Pakistan Canadian Association. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much for everyone to joining us, and thank you very much for your kind time as well. So now we can proceed for our food.
在哪儿？